Hello.
Hi, Bretman.
Girl, this light is so bright.
Hi, Bretman.
Hey, Anna.
I'm so excited to be here with you. Welcome to New York.
Thank you. Miss Concrete Jungle, girl.
How are you liking New York?
I wish I could see y'all, girl. This motherfucking light out here.
Blinded.
I know. I'm doing good. I love New York, girl. I really wish New York was the same distance as LA, honestly. I would be in New York more than
We're a long ways from the mountains, the chickens.
We're long. And all my dogs.
Anyways, as your follower for a long time, I'm so fascinated by your life on the island. Being in touch with nature seems to keep you so grounded while working in such a chaotic industry. How important is it to you, and how does living in Hawaii influence your lifestyle and work?
Living in Hawaii truly is not that important because, girl, I'm funny everywhere I go, period. And I truly think I would have been Bretman Rock regardless if I stayed in the Philippines or moved to Hawaii. But truly, the biggest gift of my life was the spirit of aloha and learning everything about that. So I think, in a way, it is important to me because I think it made me nice to everybody in Bretman Rock's own way, of course. And
New Yorkers are a little mean, aren't they?
Full of aloha, I think. And I think Hawaii definitely taught me to just be that bitch, period.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah. We're the opposite of that chill vibe here.
Yes.
We're crazy, crazy in New York. But anyways, before we dive into your book, what inspired you to write your own memoir at just 24 years old? Walk me through the inspiration and the process of writing your book.
Of course. I was inspired. She's actually here today. Yeah, we're cheering her on, Miss K. Period. And I came home from the Philippines when my dad had passed, and she was like, girl, how was your trip? And I basically told her, my dad's story of passing, how my ex broke up with me while I was there in my dad's funeral, and she was just cracking the fuck up. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could really talk about traumatizing things in a funny way. And I don't know why Miss K made me realize that out of nowhere, but and that's when I basically texted my manager and I was like, girl, I think I'm ready for my book. And so it was Miss K that actually hit that off.
Sparked it.
Yeah.
Your book is titled You're That Bitch, and you're so well known for your unapologetic sense of confidence. It feels so special that your book was written with the same intention to spark that self-confidence in readers. Where does your confidence come from, and how did you find it?
Where did my confidence come from? Oh my gosh. I write about her all the time, and I think if I got to think my confidence to one person, I would say it's my grandmother. She just did not give a fuck. I wrote about her in my book, and I think I mentioned that she did some witchcraft, and she was a shaman back home, and she had always known who Bretman Rock was before I even knew who I was. And also, my mom's Scorpio and my dad's a Leo. They both truly were just badass bitches. My dad, got a lot of stab wounds. He was a pretty boy, and my mother was a business savvy woman who just did not give a fuck. And so I think just being raised by those people definitely gave me the confidence that I have today. And honestly, just being Filipino too and growing up in...
Yes!
Bitch. Honestly, growing up in a Filipino household, girl, they will fucking test your confidence, bitch.
Oh, I know all about it.
Yes, honestly, not even just Filipino. Growing up brown, honestly.
Listen, they will test you in all sorts of ways.
You think you're cute? No.
Actually.
Yeah.
Who thought?
Yeah.
Anyways, so speaking of confidence, what are some of your best tips for readers and fans on finding their own confidence?
Not to go back to what I just said, but I would say watch your surroundings, watch who you surround yourself with, watch who you call your friends. If they don't build you up, girl, build them the fuck down. They gotta go. They gotta go. So yeah, check your surroundings always. And sometimes I think you really do have to fake it till you make it, girl. I don't think
it's part of it.
For sure. I'm not confident every freaking day, girl. I'm not, my makeup right now, girl, I literally want to fucking...
But
I literally want to take this shit off. This has been on since 7 a.m.
Stop, your makeup looks fab. Your makeup looks
you.
so fab. But anyways, you just said, even on days where you don't feel confident, what's something that you do to kind of lift yourself up on those days where you're not feeling so hot?
On those days where I'm not feeling so hot, I tend to go back to things that I love. Sometimes the simple solution is just not go out and just stay with your chickens. But if that's not the case, then sometimes I will just do things that I know will make me feel happy. And as a Leo, that is my hair. Girl, like sometimes if I'm not feeling well, I would just give myself a blowout and then it's an instant like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot who I was. What happened to the inches?
What happened to the inches?
Girl, I'm so sorry, y'all. I could not have fucking think in them. I had so much hair this morning, y'all. By the time lunch was around, I was like, bitch, I don't even know where I'm at, girl. Like,
giving this, it's giving that.
Yeah, it was giving too much. But yeah, I took a nap and I was like, Donnie, can you take the hair down? Donnie's my hairstylist. Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, so this leads me to my next question. You've been very open and transparent about your own struggles with mental health throughout this book and on your MTV series, Following Bretman Rock. Particularly following your father's passing, navigating your personal relationships with your family and more. Why do you think it's so important to advocate for therapy and mental health through your work?
Yes. To be honest with you guys, I actually haven't seen a therapist since, well, I've seen a therapist, obviously, but when my MTV came out, I was not seeing a therapist since, oh, girl, I was like, who the fuck is that? I was like, girl, please, what the fuck is they selling? Sorry, I thought we were at church. You know how they at church, like they come around with a bucket? I'm like, why y'all asking for a donation right now?
That's not on the script.
Yeah.
Not on the script.
But, okay, wait. Oh, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Okay, I wasn't seeing a therapist before that MTV show was, and the actual reason why I wanted to see a therapist is because my sister was seeing a therapist. And I'm like, oh my God, damn, my sister's trying to one-up me, girl. So the show is honestly, that was truly my very first time at a therapist session. And if I have to have any advice on that, please do not make your therapist session your first time with your sister, girl. Oh my God. She almost ruined therapy for me, honestly. But it took me a while to see a therapist after that, because girl, that was its own trauma. But I think it's very important to see a therapist or just to care for your mental health, because I know growing up Asian and brown, like I know therapy or mental health is a little taboo for us, because it's especially in my case, like I'm not trying to throw my mom under the bus, but like like I'll just say the adults in my life just weren't really, they didn't believe in mental health issues. Like I could be full on having like a mental breakdown and my mom thinks I'm just being dramatic.
Yeah, they also don't have access to those tools that we kind of have access to now.
Yes, thank you for that, because I know my mom obviously did not have access to that. Obviously, in the Philippines, I don't even think they have therapy there.
They don't believe in that shit, right?
I don't, and so I get it in some sense, and I never want to blame my mother, but it's important because in a way, I feel like I'm breaking generational trauma. I hope my little niece gets...
Yes, breaking generational trauma.
I hope my little niece gets to see that, or like, girl, with my sister, girl, my little niece, because she's a factory girl. I don't know how many nieces I'll have by the time they'll need therapy. But, good, sorry, the fucking laughter is making me lose my train of thought. Where was I going? Oh, I hope my sister's kids sees it one day and like knows that it's okay to see a therapist, and because, girl.
Yeah, I always say the same thing. I want to break those generational boundaries and walls for my future daughter, my nieces, my family. I don't want them to have to even face the struggles that we've had to face in our life.
Period.
But anyway, so how do you think learning more about your own mental health and doing the internal work kind of helped you grow as your own individual person?
Wait, hold on. Can you repeat the question?
No, I got you, baby. Okay, so how do you think learning more about mental health and doing the internal work yourself helped you grow as an individual person?
Oh my gosh, it helps me not only grow as an individual, but I think one of the biggest lessons that I learned in therapy was the fact that I not only had to take care of my brain, but I had to also take care of Bretman Rock's brain. And I think distinguishing Bretman and Bretman Rock was one of the biggest lessons that I learned, because I feel like it made me realize that I had two brains to take care of, and that Bretman Rock's problems are never really ever Bretman's problem, and vice versa. And I think, I forgot the question.
You're.
But I know I'm going the right I know I'm going the right direction with this question, but
It helped you grow.
it helped me grow, period.
Yes, exactly. Some people have described your book as a love letter to Filipino culture. It's amazing to see you spotlight your heritage with this memoir. How has your Filipino identity shaped who you are, and why is it so important for you to continue shining light on your culture?
Oh my gosh. Period. Who? Period. So I had to cover because I'm like, wow, this is a very brown crowd. I love it.
Gorgeous.
What does my Filipino culture mean to me? Oh my gosh. My Filipino culture obviously is everything that embodies Bretman Rock. It's everything that makes me me. Like, honestly, it's the reason why I look like Miss Universe. It's the reason why it's the reason why I can't stop singing and putting down the karaoke mic. It's the reason why I have this beautiful tan skin that I have, honestly. And why is it important? I think it's important because it's truly all that I have. Like, truly, being Filipino is not all that I have, girl. I have money, but like, like, it's truly everything that just makes me me. Everything that makes me funny is because I'm Filipino. I'm beautiful.
You're putting on
because
for
I'm
your
Filipino.
people.
Yes, I have this nose because I'm Filipino. Like, I truly don't know what else I would be in the world if I wasn't Filipino, girl, or a person of color at least. So yeah, and I think it's very important because I think when I first started social media, you know, I know this story is very expired, like we've heard a bitch, but like there truly wasn't that many Bretman Rocks when I first started on social media. So who was gonna be it besides me? You know, somebody had to be Bretman Rock. Yeah,
It was you.
It was me, girl. No one else was gonna do that. Yeah, I think I had to share being Filipino, and even when my very first video, it was me eating a tree bug from the Philippines, aros. Like, it's truly just everything that embodies Bretman Rock. It's in all of my content, whether you see it or not. Like, just being Filipino is all I know.
Yeah. Your book paints a really detailed contrast of your upbringing in the Philippines with moving to America as a young kid. Can you walk me through some of those noticeable culture shifts that you felt when you moved to America?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I moved to Hawaii. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a little different.
I don't know about America. So when I hopped out the plane at H&L, I truly was like flabbergasted because, oh, girl, I'm using big words, girl. I don't even know what flabbergasted mean, but that's what I definitely felt. Yeah, let's say I was flabbergasted. Because even getting off the plane and seeing everyone that worked at the Honolulu airport, I was like, oh my God, girl, did we take the right flight? Because this still feels like the Philippines. I thought we were just in like Manila, honestly, when we landed. I was like, girl, are we still here? Because everybody back home was Asian. Everybody spoke Ilocano as well, and so, period. And so I want to say it truly wasn't that big of a shift for me because like everybody in my first day of school, everybody looked like me, girl. My first friend was Crisame Santos, girl. My Filipino as fuck. And
they have culture.
It was cultured.
Yeah.
So it wasn't America. But it truly wasn't until girl, it wasn't until I went to LA for the very first time where
Oh, LA will do that to you.
sis, somebody like pulled me, like literally pulled my hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, your skin. Where did you get it?
How dare they?
Girl, I was like, the beach.
Boundaries.
The fuck? I'm like, have you not stepped outside? Like, what do you mean, where did I get it?
The sun, honey.
Yeah, I know. And then that is when I was like, oh my gosh, brown hair is so cute because, girl, there's likas papaya at soap in my hotel right now. So likas papaya is like a whitening soap for those of you who don't. Oh, y'all know, bitch. Y'all Filipino.
They know.
Girl,
We had Fair and Lovely in Pakistan.
Yes.
Horrible.
Girl, yeah, you had your own versions, girl. So it truly wasn't until I stepped into America that I realized that America had its own like culture, skin color, I get apparently, and stuff like that. How was it navigating through it? Honestly, like I said, and I don't want to brag because I know you guys probably migrated to New York where it's like cool and like actually America, but moving to Hawaii from the Philippines truly wasn't that much of a shift for me, honestly.
Would you move to New York?
Oh my God, in a heartbeat, babe.
Really? Yes!
I love it here. I love it here. I wish New York was 5 hours away, honestly. Like, I would have moved here by now, honestly. And I think it's because, going back to that question, I think it's because when I closed my eyes as a child and I imagined America, I imagined it to be New York. Honestly, I imagined like
the movies.
Every movies that I watched, I felt like was in New York, and every time I come here, I just feel like something makes sense here.
New York looks good on you, babe.
I'm saying, I'm saying, and I love New York because everybody in New York is anybody. Like I said something iconic today, and I fucking forgot it already.
It'll come back. But New York is kind of this melting pot. Anybody could be anyone in any walk of life, walking down.
That was it. Thank you so much. New York, you can be anybody. In LA, you have to be somebody.
Yes, and everyone wants to be somebody.
Yes, and that's and here I just love because I could put on my extensions today, which is not on anymore. You could literally be anything and anyone you want. We were talking about how I could just walk my peacocks down the street and no one would even care, girl.
Bretman got peacocks, by the way. You heard it here first.
Oh my God, I adopted. Oh wait, guys.
You just
don't tell the internet this, but I adopted 3 peacocks, y'all. I haven't posted.
It's over.
This is a New York exclusive, bitch. I haven't posted them yet, but I have 3 new peacocks. I rescued them from the vets.
We're still working on names.
I didn't get them from the wilderness, I promise.
Okay. So how was it for you returning to the Philippines earlier this year as an adult and getting to shoot Vogue Philippines?
Girl.
Yes.
Guys, keep it down. Keep it down.
Was that your full circle pinch me moment?
Oh my gosh. That whole trip was my whole full circle trip me moment. I mean, the Vogue thing.
I have the chills, by the way.
Stop. I know that whole trip. Oh my gosh. First of all, oh my gosh, not to sound problematic, but bitch, I forgot I was Filipino for a second because at my mom meet and greets, I was like, how do y'all know me here? And I was like, oh fuck, oh yeah, I'm Filipino. But how was that? It's honestly hard to wrap your mind around those things because girl, I really felt like I was Beyonce there, girl. Like, bitch, I was like, I filled up a whole 4 layers at the
They pull out the
mall.
red carpet for you.
They rolled out the red carpets for me, girl. But truly, the biggest full circle moment for me was the bench photo shoot that I had. Bench is like our Uniqlo in the Philippines. And I remember just like on my first flight to Hawaii, like staring at the bench billboards because they're like known for like the 4 billboards that they have by the airport, and I would just stare at that. I mean, I'm like, oh my God, that'd be so fucking cool. And when you're a bench girl, you're a bench girl. Like that's like equivalent to like being a Victoria's Secret in the.
Okay, that's fire.
Not that, fuck Victoria's Secret, but like when they were cool.
When they were cool.
Yeah, fuck Victoria's Secret.
When it was PC.
But yeah, like that's how you know you made it, when you're a bench girl. And now it's up there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally just was staring at that on my flight to Hawaii, and like. Yeah. But going to the Vogue thing, oh my gosh. Bitch, how do you wrap your mind around that? I really feel like I have imposter syndrome every time I see my cover because I'm just like, there is no way that's my fag ass.
And that's you.
There's no way my gay ass is all over there, all up in that. And it was thank you. It was such an honor because I didn't know I was getting the cover actually until the day that we were shooting. Well, I knew they were like thinking about it, but they didn't confirm.
They did not tell you.
No, girl.
What?
At all. Like we had a whole dinner and everything, 2 dinners, 3
surprise
Zoom calls, and I thought I was just getting like a cute little like makeup feature, because who's gonna. But it was the first day of shoot where they were like, oh, this is for the cover, like just so nonchalantly, and bitch, I spiraled.
Oh my God. I don't even know what I would do. What happened? Like what was...
Girl,
Did you black out?
I blacked out. Like it was the head of Vogue Philippines, you know, and it was just like Miss Bea Valdez, and she just was like, "Bitch, this." Well, she didn't say bitch, but like in my head she did. Like, "Bitch, this is the cover," and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I have to like actually fucking bring it." So, it was like a lot of pressure all of a sudden, I think, because I was like, oh my gosh, I've cover shoot, like, I mean, feature shoot, like, whatever. And Vogue needs to stop fucking doing that, because for Teen Vogue, too, they did that shit to me. Like, they put, like, the head of Teen Vogue pulled up and was like, oh, this is for the cover. I'm like, oh my God.
Listen, I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I'm not mad
I know
about
you're
it,
not
dude.
mad
I'm gonna
about it.
fucking do
Listen.
But, and it was also shot at Siquijor, which is an island in Mindanao, and they're, oh gosh, oh my gosh. I was just fact checking y'all. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just like, girl. I was just making sure y'all were paying attention.
They're up, they're awake.
Yeah, it's an island off Visayas. Girl, where was I going? Oh yeah, and they're known for like a lot of things like witchcraft, they're mythical creatures and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, the witch is coming home.
Oh,
so it truly just made so much sense. And even when I went to the island for the first time, because I had stayed in Manila for 1 week, and I was like, girl, I wish I could go to my province in Cagayan, which is in Luzon. Don't fact check me, bitch. Which is upper in Luzon. And when I went to Siquijor, it looked like my province. And I just was like, oh my gosh, I finally felt like I was home. And there were so many like hot men on vacation. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling cute.
That's amazing. Well, going back to the book, there are a lot of hilarious and candid personal stories of life experiences that you describe right in there. From losing your virginity at Disneyland to more.
Don't we all?
But how did you decide what you did or didn't want to share with the world? And are there any fun, juicy stories that didn't make the cut?
Oh my gosh, how did I decide? It was really easy deciding because after I graduated high school, I started a journal, and I try to keep a new journal every year. So it's been 5 years since four when I was writing this book. So I had 4 journals like full of like dumb shit that I used to fucking write about, you know? So it's really easy to pick through what I wanted to pick through. Was there anything that I didn't leave? No, girl, honestly, I'm an open fucking book. Like,
it's out there.
Bitch, when I tell you, I wrote everything, bitch. Like, actually, there is, actually, I did not mention how I was celibate after that fucking 10-inch dick, honestly. It truly, I was like, girl.
That'll do it to you.
Yeah, because, bitch, when I went back to school, I was like, you guys, I had to do a reverse coming out, like with my friends.
Oh my God.
And I was like,
the trauma.
no, bitch.
The
I was
trauma.
like, you know what? I'm asexual.
Therapy.
Yeah.
The tea is we went to therapy for that.
Yeah, we went to therapy. I overcome that trauma though, and
you're good. Moving
I'm back to
forward.
that. Yeah, so I left that out. I was celibate for a year after that, girl. I was so traumatized. I was like,
is this what it's like?
I'm like, is this what that is supposed to feel like? Because, girl, I cannot.
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
But anyways, in the book, you talk, going back to the book, you talk a lot about balancing your newfound fame and experiences in the public eye while trying to be a normal high schooler. What was that experience like for you, finding viral fame at such a young age?
Oh my gosh. Finding viral fame at such a young age. How was that? Girl, how the fuck was that?
And you're so grounded.
That shit was so long. Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna. Honestly, thank you for that compliment. Bitch, it's been so long. I don't even remember. Let me think back to Bretman Pebble, girl.
Like, were there people in school being like, "Oh my God, like this is what you're like"?
I think the reason why I struggle with this question all the time when people talk about like how I like young fame is because, bitch, I literally live on an island of population of 4 people, girl.
Yeah.
Nobody gave a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's kind of
literally.
nice.
Like, and for a while too. You know, everybody that wanted to meet Bretman Rock has already met Bretman Rock back home, so it was hard for me to feel like the Beyonce that I thought I was, and it truly wasn't until like I started to travel and I started to go to LA for beauty events, and I started touring when I was still in school. I was like, what the fuck? So I I don't know how the fuck I did it, honestly. Like, I think I just kept telling myself, like, girl, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted.
And now you got it.
You gotta stick with it, girl. And I also just, I didn't want to go back to living with 25 people, girl. I didn't want to go back to being broke. So I was like, bitch, when my first viral video came out of me slapping the shit out of my sister's bun, I looked at my sister and I was like, bitch, we gotta make this shit work. If I gotta slap your bun off every day, we will.
And sis was on board.
And sis was on board, and like, we have a reality show
Wow,
together.
God bless her.
God bless her, girl. Oh my gosh. Shout out to you, Princess May. I know you're up.
When you first went viral at 14 years old, content creation seemed to be very unfamiliar territory. Many of us refer to you as an OG pioneer. How have you been able to successfully navigate shifts in social media trends over the past decade? And what was that journey like for you, starting at 14 years old?
Oof. I was truly obsessed with pop culture at a very young age. And I think the number one lesson that I learned with my favorite pop icons is that they have their eras, girl. They change, they shift with time. They don't stick with one thing. Like, bitch, imagine if I was still being like, today. Like, girl, that is so high school me. Like, ugh. And so I think also the pandemic also helped me with that and finding new versions of Bretman rock, I think. And one of the biggest lessons I learned, I think, who's still laughing? One of the biggest lessons that I learned from just starting off young is that, girl, your audience have to grow with you and you have to share your growth with the world. Like, if I was as ignorant as I was when I was 17, I don't think I would be even allowed to have a phone right now, like, honestly.
Yeah.
So I have to learn so much about not just who I am as a person and as an entertainer, but about the world too, you know?
Yeah, because you have so much influence, you have to be worldly and knowledgeable and you know about the things you're saying and things that are coming out.
That part. And, yes. And so going back to what I was saying, I think I knew I had to keep evolving and I had to keep sharing that, and now I get to actually like look back at my I guess career. It's so weird calling it a career. Like, I guess like looking back at my content and like knowing when my eras were the eras. Like, oh my gosh, that was when I had my mascara of the day era. That was when I thought I was a scientist.
What era are you in now?
What era am I in? I really think I'm in my Farmer Bretman era.
Oh, I love that.
I really am.
I'm obsessed with this era.
Not to be confused with the plant era, because that was like a different era. Farmer era means like, you know.
I'm obsessed with Farmer era.
Thank you. Yeah, so I think as long as also I'm doing everything as a love letter to like my Bretman Pebble self as a child and like, you know, exploring things that I was obsessed with. You know, people think that I just got obsessed with chickens. I'm like, bitch, I've been into cockfights since I was 7, girl. I grew up. I grew up with
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, girl. I think I was born as an egg, girl. Like, was it a chicken or an egg? No, it was a Bretman rock.
It was a Bretman rock. Having grown such a large presence on social media, how do you deal with the haters or negativity? What's the tea?
I don't deal with haters, honestly.
You just ignore it?
It's not even ignoring, girl.
Yeah,
ignoring me is saying that they're there. I think haters are ghosts, honestly. I'm like,
oh, I love that.
I don't see you.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that. Yeah. I really don't even believe in ghosts. So how I don't believe in haters, honestly. But also, I'm like, girl, what do I fucking do that like pisses you off? Like, I'm like, I truly mind my business in my little rock with my 50 chickens. Like, I don't do anything for you to hate me.
Keep it pushing.
I'm like, girl.
The haters keep it pushing.
Yeah, so I don't.
So what advice do you have for those looking to break into a similar career path to you, especially now that the internet kind of feels so much more saturated?
Post that shit.
Just do it.
Honestly, like, you're Nike girls, girl.
Yeah, Nike girls.
Just fucking do it. I know you guys have so much content in the drafts. I know there's so much content out there like that is just waiting to be posted. And honestly, just post that shit. As long as it comes from the right heart, and it comes from a good light, like, and you're not hurting anybody, just post that shit.
The way that I'm taking notes right now, I'm about to go post right after this.
And I think we're just so, I know we're in this world right now where like likes and views is like the number one thing, but girl, as long as you're enjoying the content that you're putting out, you truly never know what's gonna click. Just post that shit, honestly,
And I feel like be authentic. Just
be authentic, yes.
like when you're posting, just do you.
Exactly.
Don't follow any
Trends,
norms, just do
girl.
you.
Fuck the like, there's so many like social media managers on TikTok that's like making content about like, oh my gosh, this is how you blow up. Use these hashtags. I'm like, girl, if you were my fucking social media manager, I would fire you instantly. Because you're basically telling me to be a basic ass fucking bitch. Like,
And that's not what we're here to do.
and that's not what I'm here to do, girl. I'm to start my own lane. I'm not here to use the leading sound on TikTok. I'm not here to use the leading hashtag. I don't care, girl.
Yeah. Your book talks a lot about
Period.
Your book talks a lot about colorism and racism in Asian and South Asian communities and your experience as a brown Asian and how many people, even in the Philippines, still strive to achieve whiteness. As a South Asian Pakistani woman myself, this is a common experience that I think many Westerners don't really realize. But walk me through your personal experience on how you've learned to kind of move beyond that ideal white beauty standard and commit to fully loving yourself for you.
Yes. As sad as it sounds, like my brown skin is truly one of the longest things that took forever for me to love. Like I loved my nose before I loved my brown skin, girl. And it truly, I think that's why representation matters so much because I don't think it's so sad to say this, but I truly don't think I loved my brown skin until I started seeing more brown
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
on
Representation
media.
matters. Seeing people like you
Yes.
matter.
Until I saw Zendaya. And I was like, oh my gosh, I also could be on A Star. Like if she did it, I can. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, y'all. But truly, representation truly means it's like one of the things that makes me so emotional, honestly. Like whenever I see just a brown person as the star, I'm like, oh my gosh, bitch, do you? And it's not even like, oh, that's me, they looks like me. I'm just like, period. You know what I mean? It means so much when you see other people, but
You don't take anything for granted.
yeah.
Everything is a culmination of that,
Thank you.
who you are.
Girl, you really be wrapping up all my thoughts every single time, Anna. Like, girl, we should write an essay together.
Listen, baby. Listen, baby, book number 2.
But yeah, no, truly, like it's hard for me to navigate as well because, girl, like I was saying earlier, my biggest haters were at home, bitch. Like even my mom would be like, bitch, how the fuck are you so dark already? You just went outside. I'm like, you should know of all people, girl. You gave me the skin. The fuck. Navigating through that was it took a long time, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I will admit that even as when I was starting to get more known, I was still lightening my skin, and it was because the first time I went back home as Bretman Rock, this was not like last time, I promise. Like this was like when I was like 17, 16, and I was there for Miss Universe, girl. I went home to host Miss Universe, and I had done press stuff at, girl, I'm trying not to get in trouble here, bitch. I was doing press runs and stuff like that, and I was in studios and stuff like that, and I saw like the showbiz life back home, and I'm like, oh my gosh, even like the Filipino actors back home were white.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, if I want to be an ASAP, if I want to have my own like Filipino show, is that what I have to do? So girl, I went home with like not just the papaya soap, girl. I had the lotion, I had the pills, bitch.
Yeah.
It was so toxic. Like
Yeah.
I'm like I'm admitting this because like, bitch, it's my reality, girl. Honestly, and I don't know when it truly clicked to me. Maybe I just ran out of lotion, and I was like, okay, girl, I can't get any more. But I truly can't even, and I will find it one day. But like, I truly can't even remember when it finally clicked to me, like, bitch, you're brown, like, girl, you know? But I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad that I truly do not care what color I am, because girl, even if I stay home for a week, I'll get lighter. If I go out for 20 minutes, I'll get darker. That's just my skin. There's no changing it. And I truly just have to love it. And it's crazy because I feel like people love my skin more than me sometimes. And period.
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 I think it's so beautiful that you kind of broke out of those societal norms and you found yourself. Like, that's such a beautiful journey. Asian Americans and immigrants have faced so much increased hate and violence over the past few years, yet you've continued to advocate for visibility and representation for your community, and especially with brown Asians in entertainment and media today. In your opinion, do you feel like you've seen improvements, or is there still work to be done?
Oh, girl, my gosh. Bitch, you be asking me Harvard
It's a doozy.
I didn't even go to college. Wait, hold on.
Like representation on the screen, media.
Yes.
How do
No,
you feel
for
like
sure.
we've come?
You know, every time I feel like we're making good progress, I feel like some shit always happens. That
2 steps forwards, 2 steps back.
Yes, every time I'm like, are we tangoing, girl? To be honest with you, no. Like, honestly, like sometimes, like right now in this specific very moment, like, no, honestly, even in brown gays,
Yeah.
especially at this month, girl, like, and I don't want to shift the energy in the room, but like, it truly is so sad, like thinking how ahead we thought we were, like just a couple years ago, and then like now, like Starbucks can't even have like rainbow decorations anywhere, and like there's so many companies that like, so it truly makes you think like, oh, are we like a fad? Like, are brown people only hired when it's cool?
Yeah, it's
like,
kind of like a test.
It is, and it's like, girl, America is such a mess. Like, make up your mind. You either love us or you don't, girl.
Yeah.
We're not a trend.
We're here to stay, babe.
We're here, and we've been
And
here.
we're taking up space, we're taking up rooms, we're taking up all the space that we need, and I think that's beautiful.
Period.
And we got to keep using our voice, and you do such a great job of that.
Thank you. And I think that's all I could do as a brown person in media is just keep pushing, girl. Keep it pushing until the wheels falls off.
As we continue to celebrate Pride Month, what does it mean to you to be someone at the forefront of conversations surrounding gender fluidity and serving as a beacon of hope for your generation and LGBTQ communities?
Damn, what does it mean to me, girl?
I'm getting real deep with you.
I know.
We're getting real deep, Bretman.
I didn't even think about these. I should have thought about these in my 10-hour flight.
On the 10-hour. You didn't realize I was going to ask you these questions.
I really did not. And I saw the script. How does it feel? Honestly, when you are that bitch, when you are, like, when you're truly are, what am I trying to fucking say? When you are the person that people look up to, it's hard to see it that way, I think, because sometimes I truly forget I'm Bretman Rock. It's when kids come up to me and tell me like, oh my gosh, you helped me come out, and I think to myself like, oh my gosh, girl, like I don't know how I did that because I never came out. Like my parents just figured it out. Like, girl, he gay.
Yeah.
You know, so it's truly hard for me to wrap my mind around like the impact of Bretman Rock, because like I said, it's hard to be Bretman Rock when you're also Bretman. So,
but I think that you've been such a vocal person in the queer community, so I think that speaks volumes.
yes.
But also, I wanted to talk about the concept of Mahu. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, Mahu. Mahu is a Hawaiian word for the third gender, and in ancient Hawaiian days, the third gender were looked up to, and it was because they were seen as healers in a way, and they gave the best advice. They were fortune tellers, and what's really cool is I learned about Mahu before I learned about babaylans, and babaylans is basically the Filipino version of Mahus, and I'm sure your culture probably has something
Yeah, they have
similar
something
to
similar, exactly.
in ancient days, but it makes you question, when did Mahu, or the third gender, lost its translation, you know? And girl, I could tell you when, actually, but I'm not gonna do that today. But it truly just makes you question so much about, like, oh my gosh, the fact that we've always been here, when did we get forgotten? And then when did we just lose all the respect, honestly? Makes you question. But it also makes me feel like a bad bitch, like, oh my gosh, it really is in my DNA to be a healer / witch.
Listen.
Bad bitch.
Healer is a healer.
Ooh, girl. Who from Hawaii here?
Well, speaking of healers,
Who was that?
I know you said something about your grandma being a healer earlier, but you talk about how your grandma was a true inspiration and champion for you in terms of not conforming to one gender or pronoun, and even helped you put makeup on for the first time.
That's my girl.
How did your relationship with her and those experiences shape who we see today?
Oh my gosh. I love talking about my grandma, y'all, so y'all better fucking sit tight. So my grandmother, I always joke around that she had a cursed pussy because she has 7 kids, and each one of her 7 kids has a gay son / daughter.
No way.
Yes, and this ain't even my mom's side. That's where Miss K comes from. So on both sides of my family, girl, we gay as hell.
So by the time you came, they were like,
By the time I came, they were like, another one, thank you.
another one, thank you.
So truly, my grandma, I truly
I'm trying to be a part of your family.
I'm saying. So honestly, my grandmother never ever made me feel any different, and it truly was that one day that my dad would make me do puzzles all the time before church because I also had undiagnosed ADHD at the time. Nobody knew because we didn't have access to that. But he would always make me do puzzles because I would always just let his chickens go because, bitch, I'm a chicken savior. And my dad would always put them in like these little huts, and I would like let them free, and I would get in trouble. And he's like, bitch, I was gonna make that one fight next week.
Oh my God, stop.
I'm like, girl, I don't care. So because I was doing the same puzzles every fucking Sunday, I learned to do them really fast. And I was like, girl, I have all this time in my hand. So I would go to my grandma's room and watch this woman get ready, girl. I literally would just
I want to know about that routine.
Yes, I literally would just sit on her couch like, oh my gosh, now she's putting on stockings. You know, and
No
just
way.
like seeing her get in her like full fantasy.
Grandma was fabulous.
And you know how they be going all in for church, bitch. I'm like, oh my gosh, you really wear all that just to gossip? No, but literally, I'm acting like she had like a full makeup tutorial. No, girl, she had like Avon Beauty, like she had 3 lipsticks and a cold cream. She had a cold cream, 3 lipsticks, and a blush. And I remember just like asking her what everything was, and she just put like the tiniest like blush on me, bitch. And I swear to God, I was like, oh my gosh, I am a woman.
It was over.
Girl, I swear, I went to church that day feeling so cunty, bitch. I was like praying in my Girl.
You were feeling it.
I was cunt, bitch.
You were giving cunt at church.
With my 2 blush. And I remembered, oh girl, I really remember so fucking much at church. But in my church, there was these 2 statues with the angels like this. And they're like pale white with blush, bitch. And I would be like, girl, you wish you had my blush on.
Oh
girl.
my God, I'm dead.
I literally was full on like, you wish. I was like.
Yeah. This is grandma's touch, baby.
Yes. And truly, I think it was that moment when I wrote it in the book, but truly that was the moment where I realized, like, damn, my grandma really gave me my superpowers, like all the confidence that I have. And I also don't know why this woman went to church. Like, that is the biggest mystery of my life. Because I know damn well she did not, well, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but she didn't believe. I know damn well she didn't because, girl, she was practicing witchcraft at home and then going to church. And I'm like,
I'm screaming.
so who's your God? So yeah, because also there was this one moment where the pastor was talking about, I think it was a gay sex or gay marriage at the time. And I still remember this because my grandma turns to me and she goes, like, sometime in my language, of course. She was like, "Nudad dumahanda nga pagpaypay," which means like sometimes they're not correct. And
that's amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
And then she also said, hamu and she was like, don't listen to them and stuff like that. And I was like, bitch, if you think I'm in church to listen,
Yeah.
girl,
You already tuned out.
I'm here to see my classmates, girl. I'm here for like the after party, girl. Cause after church, they always had like snacks and stuff, like balloons
Yeah.
outside, girl. Like Philippines go in on church for some
Yeah,
reason.
y'all were socializing.
Girl, every Sunday, bitch, I'm like, ready for church. Yeah, but I was really there for the after party.
Yeah, listen, and we still love a good party.
Yeah, girl.
But anyway, speaking of grandma's makeup, you've had somewhat of a big career shift over the past few years, having been known for a long time as someone leading the beauty influencer space.
Yes.
It's clear that you've moved on from that niche to branch into many different hobbies, starring in your own reality shows, working in fashion, as well as promoting social causes through advocacy, environmentalism, and more. Why was it so important for you to move on from beauty and try new things in your career?
Because I'm more than just being beautiful.
Period.
No. Oh, shit. Girl. Girl, y'all have to give us a warning, bitch. Why was that important to me? Honestly, bitch, it was during COVID when I made that silly video, and I had no, like, girl, where were we going in COVID, bitch? Where was I putting a full face of makeup on for, girl?
Right.
So I truly just found different versions that I wanted to explore as Bretman Rock, whether it was, you know, weightlifting, like, you know, my farmer era, you know, I think there was just so much more for me to explore. And I thank COVID for that. And that's why it was important for me, because I know there was so much more for me out there, rather than just being beautiful. Like, who says that?
But also,
Who says that? I'm not even a fucking, like, what?
you can't be put in a box.
I truly can't be
You
put
have
in a
too much
box.
to give to this
Yes,
world.
Thank you.
So as someone who's clearly conquered the worlds of beauty, fashion, entertainment, media, books, and more, we all wonder what's next for Bretman Rock.
Bitch, I have the same answer every time, girl. It is time for a new screen, bitch. My ass, too fat for your phone screen, honestly. It's getting too fat for your phone screens. I need a bigger fucking screen. And that's all I'll say. Girl.
Period.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got some questions from the audience. Should we get into it?
Oh, they ask questions?
Yeah, we have cards. Listen.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Okay, so let's start. Hi, Brett.
Hey, girl.
What keeps you inspired and fuels your creativity? You're always keeping me motivated.
What?
Kala K.
Oh, hi,
I gotta
Cal-
say the names
Wait,
true.
what is it? Kala K?
Kala K. I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Kala K. Hey, girl. I wish I could see y'all, honestly.
I know. They're probably so good. I just see beautiful
Y'all look
faces.
so good, though. Honestly, me when I lie. No, I truly can't see y'all. I really can't see y'all. I'm sure you look good, though. Okay. Kala K. I saw your hand over there, so I'm gonna just be like, Kala K, what's up? What keeps me inspired and what keeps my creativity? Honestly, oh gosh. It's just my ADHD, honestly. Like, girl, my mind is always like, so honestly, it's my gift. What can I say? Like, what can I say? I'm just
That's our
funny.
hot take for today.
Yeah, honestly, also, it's just like, it was my manager actually that told me that I can make anything funny, or like I could be stuck in a room and just and make content like that, you know? And so I think, bitch, I got it. I got it like that. That's why. Honestly, bitch.
You got it like that.
Because I got it like that.
Okay, we have a question from Lord. And Lord is saying, name one queer Filipino that has influenced your personality.
Not Lord talking about queerness. Girl, he be like that in the Bible too.
Yeah.
I'm like, girl. For someone who's straight, you got a lot to say about us. What was the question? Sorry, I'm sorry.
The question, the second, Lord has two questions. The second question's even better. Should I read you the second one?
Yeah, second question.
Okay. Describe what you think you would look like as a chicken.
Oh my gosh. Y'all know Elvis? I would definitely be Elvis, like that kind of chicken, but like the all like. I feel like I've seen a all white polish before, because I feel like they look angelic. So yeah, Elvis with the hair like blowout, but like all white chicken. But like my feather would be all white, of course. Like
Gorgeous.
not all white, but like stays white, because bitch, I have white chickens. They're brown now because I live in Hawaii.
Okay, so what is your favorite place in New York City? Also love you, Olivia.
My favorite place in New York City is the Gardens. Honestly, the Greens. It's barely there, girl.
The
Trust.
barely there greens.
I always try to stay near like Central Park or like Madison Square Garden. Not Madison Square Garden, but like Madison Square Park. Because
Listen, it's the same.
yeah, honestly,
Interchangeable.
it's one of those, bitch.
one of those
I'm like,
parks.
why is that not the Madison Square Garden? Like when you go to the garden, I'm like, where's the garden here?
Where's the garden? The garden has no garden, and that's New
I'm
York
like,
for you.
bitch. Girl, I swear to gosh, I just keep forgetting what I was saying. Oh, where I like to stay.
Yeah.
There, because, bitch, also there's always like no smoking rules in hotels. I'm like, bitch, how am I gonna smoke this joint?
Listen.
The park.
The park. There
Yeah.
you go. I like that. I like that.
I'm saying, and I feel like every time I'm in the city, as much as I love New York, like my eyes sometimes need a break from the concrete jungle, and I just need to see something green.
Totally. Ground
and,
yourself.
Yeah, and everybody has like designer dogs here, bitch. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So yeah, I go there to like see dogs.
Okay, so Tara is asking, have you ever felt pressure to assimilate or whitewash yourself in order to grow in this industry, and how did you stay grounded?
That's so funny because it's so funny because when you say in this industry, I think like American industry, but when I felt like I had to assimilate, it was when I was home.
Yeah.
And I had to be a white Filipino to make it out. So yes, but in the worst way possible.
All right, Fran wants to know, who's taking care of the chickens while you're here?
My assistant, Caty. Her name's Cat. I
wow,
have to
great assistant.
Yes, her name's Cat. I have to stop calling her Cat. I have to give her a nickname, Caty, because every time I answer these questions, everyone's like, "How the fuck do your cats watch your chicken?" So yeah, my assistant, Caty, watches them. She grew up with a lot of chickens as well, and so she actually loves it. And she gets to stay in my little house while she's there. So she's living, bitch. She's living the Bretman rock fantasy.
Oh, girl. She's gonna be making TikToks in the back.
Yeah,
and
she texts me every day. No, oh my gosh, girl, I wish I could have my phone right now, but she vlogs everything, like from the watering the plants, like
That's such a good friend.
like
I'd be wanting updates of my cat, and they don't provide me with anything.
Oh, girl,
You got yourself a
need,
good
You
friend.
need a Caty.
I need a cat. I need a catty. Okay, Daniela is asking, who's your favorite chicken and what is your favorite memory with them?
Girl.
And P.S. love you.
Not all these chicken questions. bitch.
It's only chicken questions.
I'm like, should the chicken take over? Like, do y'all want to know? Fuck, y'all don't even want to know about me. Who is my favorite chicken? Girl. Who's my favorite chicken? Who made me the most money? I'm kidding.
Right, right.
I would say my first chicken, Kakiana, honestly.
Kakiana.
He's my favorite chicken because he really started it all. You know when, like, I feel like, I don't want to compare chickens to, like, babies and stuff like that, but, like, but I saw a TikTok the other day that was like, do you ever have, like, those, like, I forgot what she called it, but, like, oh gosh, when you have, like, a really good first child, so it makes you want to have more? There was a word for it, but I forgot. I'm sorry. It was on TikTok, girl. Who remembers? So she was like, talking about how her first child was so good, and now she has 5 kids. And then all the other kids after that got more naughty.
Yeah.
Bitch, that's me, bitch. Because Kakiana, the best chick ever, girl.
Set the standards
Ate through
high.
my hand, like, girl, breastfed and everything. Listen to me. So it made me get more. Now I have 52.
Oh my God, 52.
52, bitch. And the first chicken I got was last June.
That's crazy. What do you do with the eggs?
Oh, what do I do with the eggs? So, Girl, I keep gaslighting my followers because I lie to them all the time. Oh, that's y'all. Fuck. I've been lying to y'all, bitch. I've been telling them that I've been eating their eggs lately. I haven't, bitch. I can't. I can't.
I'm sure.
I can't, y'all. I can't. It's so gross. I do try it though. I really do try it. But like every time, people always call me out like, bitch, you have 50 fucking chickens, like, and you're wasting all these eggs. But I feed them to my dogs. My neighbors who's I don't know why I have to fucking say they're straight. Because straight people be eating eggs, I guess. They're straight and they like eggs. So I don't know why I have to say that. Yeah, I give it to my neighbors and my dogs. And then, I do bake with them though. That's the only way I could eat the eggs.
That's how you incorporate.
Yeah, it has to be
So you do.
hidden. Yeah. Sorry for lying to y'all. I don't eat them every day. I cannot. I truly cannot.
I respect it.
I'm like, girl, this is your period. Like, and it's not even a period because it's technically fertilized. Like, those are my fucking grandkids. Like.
All right, so we have the last question here.
My gosh.
Let's get into it. It's a big one. It's a doozy. You talk about your sex life in your book and fluidity. You are a trailblazer for brown queers and breaking barriers for us. How will you celebrate Pride, and what does Pride mean to you?
Oh my gosh, not this question, bitch. Every freaking press. How do you celebrate Pride? Girl, by being gay. Like, like, what do you mean?
Every day is Pride for you.
Every day, bitch. What do you mean? You know when the first time Pride Month came around, I used to make some dumb shit all the time. Like, I'm like, how do I celebrate Pride? Honestly, sometimes my friends and I, we just, we gather together and we bring, like, we have our little potluck and we just celebrate being gay. Bitch, we did not do that. Yeah, I lied to y'all again. I just like lying for fun, honestly.
It's storytelling. Storytelling.
I be telling all these press like, oh my gosh, yeah, my friends and I, we gather around. Like, we watch gay movies. No, we fucking don't.
No, we don't.
We just be gay as fuck. Like, honestly, like, I've only been to one Pride my whole life, and I'm not proud of that, but I promise I will be going to more Pride parades. We just don't really have in Hawaii besides October, and then every October I have to go to fucking Fashion Week, so I always miss it. But how do I celebrate Pride, bitch? Being me.
Period.
Period.
Thank you so much, Bretman.
Oh my gosh, Anna, thank you
That's
so much
it
for
for
this.
today.
We should have a podcast.
We should have a podcast.
I guess I gotta go.
All right.
Oh yeah, let me see my people, bitch.
Can they do that?
Oh my gosh, there's more than 5 of y'all. I love it. Thank you guys.